Hi, hello.
Hello.
So this is the first project after the June holiday. Lentor Gardens. 4th of July is the preview.
7 plot of land.
I understand when we spoke to a lot of people, the main concern is there oversupply? We're going to cover that because not many areas have so many launches at the same time. Usually maybe just one or maybe like River Valley there is 4, so there is 7. So we're going to address that concern and what to look out for. So about the content, first we're going to cover the project details, a bit about the location, the URA master plan, and also the developer past pricing strategy. We'll study a bit about Kingsford for One Marina Gardens and H.O.M.E what they did during the launch day, a bit different from the other developer. And as we mentioned, we're going to address the oversupply in Lentor and also touch on a little bit about rentability versus profitability. And of course, the layout analysis of what's available.
So about the details of this project, developer is Kingsford, and there will be total of 499 residential units and 3 shops. There will also be early childhood development center within the project itself. So a total there will be 3 blocks of 16 story and 1 block of 8 story. The unit types is 2 to 4 bedroom. And plus there will be 3 strata terrace. So the smallest unit size is 2 bed 2 bath.
I think this is the only project out of all 7 to have the strata terrace.
But
it's really quite rare.
Something like Kingsford, Normanton, they also have strata.
Oh,
terraces.
it's really quite rare. I think last time, I can't remember when was the last launch, there was a strata terrace in the project.
But this one only
Only
3
three lah.
units.
Something-
And then car park lot 402. So expected TOP is about 2030.
So this is some perspective. These 2 blocks are the higher blocks. The developer actually tilt the blocks, and majority of the stack have a very good facing of the H.O.M.E Park comparing to the other projects.
More unblocked view.
This project has more of the view of the H.O.M.E. And also this side of the view, because there's no project this area, there is a plot ratio is only 1.4. Most of the stacks here also have a very good view. And this is the block that is only 8 story. The plot that is here, it's not open for sale. It's
Under
plot ratio
reserve.
under reserve. Plot ratio 1.4, meaning it will only be a maximum of 5 story. So once this block cleared level 5 and above, you will not be blocked because the plot in front is only maximum of level 5. And this is the 3 strata at the corner of the whole development. And this is the view that you get in the area. So these are the past few project location. This is where the MRT is. Lentor Modern is here. And this is Lentor Gardens. So if you cut across the H.O.M.E Park, you just take about 6 minutes, you will reach the MRT station and also where the amenities are.
Yes,
Or
must
the
cut
shops.
through the
The
H.O.M.E
H.O.M.E
Park.
Park. Yeah, the walk is quite alright, 6 minutes only through the park. And these are the other projects that are here, 2, 3, 4, here and here. This is the next new plot 8 by Guaco, the one that
Lentor
is
Central, GLS.
GLS, the one that is bidded almost 39% more than the highest right now. But also by Guaco. Guaco own quite a few land here, so this is also by Guaco, and they bidded quite a high price for this. And location, of course, we are near Lentor MRT, and school-wise, we have Anderson, but it's not within 1 km. Right now, it's 1.05. Nothing has been confirmed right now, but that is the closest primary school. And you're also very near to the Upper Pierce Reservoir and also Mayflower next stop and right here.
So Lentor is part of the Thomson East Coast line, which is here. So this line connect you to the east side, the town side, and also Woodlands. This is a very convenient line.
Can bring you to JB,
Yeah.
even bring you to Orchard, Marina, and,
East Coast area.
and
Yeah.
even in the future directly to Changi Airport.
So the site plan of Lentor Gardens. So this is H.O.M.E Park. The 3 blocks will be, this side will be facing the H.O.M.E Park. Then the rest will enjoy actually nice pool. The pool is quite big.
I think the biggest of
Yeah.
all the projects there.
So the project will look very quite comfortable to stay.
Not so dense, not so close to another block.
So of course this is a full facilities condo. Then tennis court is here. The 3 strata units is here. And these are all 3 bedder units.
So I feel really all the layout have very good view. Either
Yeah,
pool
either
view,
pool
unblock view,
or
or
unblock.
H.O.M.E Park is really very nice. Just that we need to point out that the blocks, this is the north facing. So this side have a bit of the morning sun because it's northeast facing, and this side a little bit of west because it's southwest facing. But other than that, I mean it's
Not direct
west
east
and-
or west. Master plan.
A bit about the URA master plan. Pillow Park is like a starfish. This is the Pillow Park. So it's a very small part of the whole Lentor Ang Mo Kio area. So this part is where Lentor Gardens is. So to show you the master plan, this whole area, this orange area is actually zoned as residential. Nothing has been planned right now, still subject to detailed planning. And so you can see how big this area is, and Lentor Estate is really the first mover of the entire area because we have a lot more of plans to come here. Expect more amenities, probably BTO and more new launches here as well. And of course, we are at Lentor MRT, and the stop before this is Springleaf. There is another station already built there, an open station called Tagore. It's already there. So government has really made plans to develop the area. Since the MRT is already there, it's the whole transformation in the future lah. So all these projects that are in Lentor will benefit from this. So developer pricing strategy, we're going to start from H.O.M.E Park. I remember I was there during the launch 2 years back, 2024, November. I remember I was there from morning till midnight because it was madness. And because I was there the entire day, I know there was a price increment within the same day. Usually for some developer, during the launch, it's the same price. Only when the next day then it increased 1%, it might not also. But because for H.O.M.E Park, on the day itself, they increased 4-5 times that day. And the people in the morning and the day before, they benefited because of the price increment. Because let's say I buy this price in the morning, by the end of those midnight, there was really a 4-5% increment. So I really made a paper gain of 4-5%.
So really depending on your ballot number.
Depending on your ballot number, you will benefit from this. So this is one thing that we noticed for the developer, Kingsford. So this is the example that I mentioned for H.O.M.E Park. I dig out my WhatsApp chat and I saw the timing that price changed. So the launch was about, I think 9 or 10 a.m. That was the first number that went in. After that, at 11 a.m., there was already 1% increment, and 5 p.m. another increment, 7:30 another increment, and in the end 8:54 is the last increment until the midnight. So from here, there's already a 3% increment. Of course, there was another increment because the day before was for the priority, the bulk purchase and developers priority. So there was really a total of 4% increment on the day itself.
So other examples of the developer strategy, right? Kingsford, they are also developer for One Marina Gardens and also Normanton Park. So we can see very similar pricing strategy, which is they will increase the price multiple times over a short period of time. So let's say for Marina Garden, we can see that over these 3 stacks, 06, 07 and 08, they are side by side, same size. At launch, right, they are priced the same, these 3 stacks. But then if you see this one is bought in April during launch versus this one also bought also during launch, their price is the same. Whereas for the 07 stack, only a 2 months difference, the price increased by 3%. They will really keep increasing price slowly. Other examples are also here. Within 3 months, other stacks, within 3 months, they will increase by 2.2%. Same goes for Normanton. There are many examples here lah.
This is quite common in the past. We call it developer 3-phase pricing. So there were 3 phases where during launch day, there will be a price. For example, 1,000 PSF, for example. Then they'll come in the middle where about 30 to 40%. So then there'll be another increment maybe around 2,001, 2,002. And during TOP, there'll be much more increment like 2003, 2004. So those people who bought during the launch day will usually benefit from it because they just need to sell at the price that already transacted nearing TOP. And we do have some data that we saw in the past where this happened. A lot of the first group of buyers from phase 1, because they are safer entry, so they made a good profit from there. So developer helped to price up the project and protect
those
people,
early buyers.
So this is something we realized Kingsford is doing for the past few projects. They price out slowly and they don't price up because they just want to sell higher, because they also study the market if they can accept the price and also future land bids. For example, Lentor Gardens, the future land bid is already 39% more. So Kingsford have a lot of buffer to slowly increase. My guess, on launch day itself, they might do. They bought the land the cheapest out of the entire project, so they can launch around 1,009 even,
Yes.
2,000 PSF.
Still make quite a decent profit already.
Decent profit, and they can slowly creep up to 2004, 2005 even.
So for Lentor Gardens, we think that if you can buy early, the best is buy at launch. Most likely, your price will be protected.
Very protected, even lower or the same as all the other projects, and you're the newest.
And the developer will protect your price because they will gradually increase. So the big question in Lentor, oversupply. What do you think?
My first thought also, I'll be concerned when there are so many projects. If I buy something for investment, I want to sell after 3 or 4 years, I'll be worried. Wow, so many competitors, still got future plots also. So total right now, there are already 8 plots, so
Yes.
I'll be worried too. But if you're buying for own stay, I don't think you have to be worried so much. It's more for investors coming in and they say, I want to flip after a few years' time. Of course, there are a few things you need to consider. Your entry price or things like will differentiate you from the other project. Other than view, the price, something to look out for are maybe windows in the toilet,
The layouts.
the layouts.
It's important.
Kitchen is enclosable, especially for a two-bedder. Most of the two-bedders are not enclosed, but there's a few projects here that are enclosed kitchen, big common room size, and also whether it's harmonized or not harmonized. So if you see over here, this is the first project to launch, Lentor Modern. They are already TOP a few months ago. The highest transaction has already reached about close to 2006 PSF
Yes.
already. They already make a good profit. This is truly the first mover advantage. They bought first. They are one of the best location already. They are
MRT.
integrated to MRT and they have shops right downstairs.
Yes.
I remember when I first went to the show flat briefing, I was walking to a show flat and then a lot of people were telling me, wow, this one's going to reach 2,000 PSF. First time, the very first time in the area. Other than Amor, Lentor 2,000. They are the project that is the cheapest right now, 2,000 PSF. And they have the best of all because MLT and shops downstairs. So this is the first. So next is Lentor Hill, also sold out. After that is Hillock Green and Lentoria. They still have some balance unit. And you see this red line here, this is where harmonization started. Meaning there is no aircon latch considered in and layout are a lot more efficient. And because of this harmonization, some of the quantum are cheaper. That's one reason why Lentor mentioned Lentor Central, right? They did very well. The layout are really quite good, solid, and they are both sold out. Right now, the next one, Lentor Gardens, also harmonized project. This is where the project is. This is where you cut across Hillock Park to the station.
Just to show you for your information, there will be another 2 plots that are reserved here, just behind Lentor Gardens. Over here and here. But they are low rise. Their plot ratio is only 1.4. Only can build up to 5-story. I think it's not much of an issue here. Also, this part is also subject to detail planning.
Not yet, not at the moment. Not in the next 2-3 years time, I think.
And then the one after Lentor Gardens will be over here, Lentor Central JLS. The MRT is over here.
To study a little bit about oversupply, we found this area in Tampines with very close TOP dates. This is Tampines area. So the first one, this is quite long ago, 2001 TOP. The yellow part is a TOP. The next one is this arc at Tampines. This is EC 2014, which means they have to serve 5 MOP, right? Only 2019, then they can sell. So in other projects like Q Bay, TOP 2017, they can sell 2018. So this is the 2019 I mentioned versus this 2019, then 2021. So during this period of time, these projects were all selling together at the same time between 2027, back-to-back year, all the way until 2021. And all these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 projects, they were all 100% profitable. None of the units made any loss, even though they were back-to-back. So there are certain areas with demands, and you can tell when during the project launch, when majority of units are sold, you can tell that the demand is pretty good in the area. Unless a certain area, certain project not moving quickly enough, only nearing TOP, then some people will consider buying because they want to stay immediately. Some area maybe need to look into the area demand, whether there is BTO around, upgraded demand around. So certain area we need to consider that. But this area I feel for Tampines no problem. And like we mentioned, Lentor, the huge land that's reserved next to it for URA master plan, there's a huge area there. About the competition, Lentor Modern SSD already cleared in 2025, so they started selling already. So the next few, Lentor Hill is 2026, Hillock also 2026. So every year there is a new supply coming into resale.
Yes.
Of course means there's a lot more competition. Right now, for example, Lentor Modern have 50 units selling. There'll be another additional 50 units to add on, another 50 to add on. So I feel the projects in between are the one that will take a longer time to sell. By the time you have got 200, 300 units trying to sell. So I feel the projects in between might take a longer time to sell because it's very competitive. resale buyer will be slowly going around unit to see which one is better and they can get the best of both worlds. So units that are of course rare, maybe 4-bedder, might not be so much of an issue because
less number of units lah.
but the 2-bedders might be a bit challenging. The holding period might be a bit longer. Then these projects here are the one with the 3 years SST before the change, the cooling measure change. And the Lentor Gardens and Lentor Central, the next plot, they are the one with the 4 years SST. After 4 years, then can sell. So if you see here, Lentor Central, the last plot, the TOP date is 2028. And Lentor Gardens coming in 2030. There is a 2 years gap in between here. So meaning by 2028 or 2029, most of the people who wanted to exit have more or less already exited in the resale market. Only left with people who are own stay. Not many units will be left here. So we feel that the main competitor will be Lentor Gardens and Lentor Central next plot. This whole area will be the one competing because it's 2030 and 2031. They'll be the one competing with each other. And because they're competing with each other, the land bid comes into consideration because Lentor Central be the higher. So of course, those buyers that will get a good entry price at Lentor Gardens will definitely benefit from this because not much competition. And the one you're competing with is another developer that bid much higher. So your price would be very attractive during resale.
So let's look into detail on all the plots, their launch year and also their price. We can see that the highest recorded transaction is in Lentorial, which is 2,670. This is the highest recorded already. And Lentor Modern, which has TOP already, has also inched up to close to 2,006. So we feel that if we look at the price, this is the land bid price, this is the lowest price that was launched. They are pretty close. And then the highest price can go up to around 2005, 2006 already. So we feel that for Lentor Gardens, you are able to buy a unit from 2000 to 2003 PSF.
If they do launch at 2000.
Let's hope, because now we don't have the price yet.
We don't have the price yet, but definitely if you can get something 2000, 2001, please grab and go because definitely it's a good entry price.
Because there are units that are already selling at this price range already. So if you can buy in 2003 range, that's pretty safe.
Safe. Very safe. And you see the land bid, Lentor Gardens 920, they are the lowest in the all 8 project. Between all 8, they are the lowest really. So they can launch 2000. Looking at the highest PSF, potentially I feel Lentor Gardens might go up to 2006 even. They might do even on launch day itself.
So if you can find the units that are at the lower price range, is a good entry.
2000, 2003. Even 2004, I think still all quite safe to enter.
And then plus the first 4 plots of projects are non-harmonized. So if let's say if we add 7%, about 7% to the average price lah, so this will be if you add an additional 7%. So it's even more attractive for Lentor Gardens, which is harmonized, and the land bid price is so low. Plus you have a very good cushion lah, because the next plot,
1278.
we're not sure what will be the launch price, but definitely it's a huge difference lah.
Huge
It's quite a
difference.
big difference.
Because the break-even price and the profit margin will push. They minimally also need to sell at a higher price.
Then over here we can see the developers over Lentor area, they are quite cautious in terms of their pricing because they know that there will be oversupply. There are many plots over here. So 1 year after another, the launch price is not too big a difference from the previous plot.
Developers scared, they are also seller. They're holding 400-500 units. If they price it too high, then the 500 units, they will suffer.
They will be helping the other plots.
So they have to price it very competitive, not overpriced where people cannot accept. They have to be careful so that they still can sell well from launch day. They need to achieve certain percentage for their construction and for their bank loan. So definitely they have to price it very attractively and not too high from the last plot. In areas, the oversupply areas.
So that's why this plot of land, definitely this is a very good time to enter.
Very good. I think this is the last entry window already because
the next plot we are not so sure already.
In OCR, this is the second last project that is below 1000 PSF. Lentor Gardens and a nearby Chincharu, H.O.M.E MRT, near Khatib MRT. That one is also below 1000. After that,
no more.
All the land bids are above 1000. Like you see here, Lentor Central is 1002, close to 1003. So this is really the last entry to get something in the 2001 PSF. It's not going to be available next year and the year after anymore. So comparing the developer land bid between Lentor Gardens by Kingsford, land bid at 920. This is the next Lentor Central GLS, land bid at 1278. for a reference, for Malambit, Penrith in RCR, Queenstown, Lambit at 1154. The average launch is 2008. So if you use this number as a gauge, how much do you think Lentor Central at 1278, will it be the same average or will it be higher? That's how we know whether you are safe or not versus the next future Lambit. The Kingsford buying the land at 920, the break even is at 1005. Adding on a 15% or 20% profit margin, it's 1008, 1009, which means they can sell starting from this price because of what the next month. They can still sell 2000. Hopefully they do sell at 2000, really a very good entry price. And with 1278 PSF, the break even is already 2378.
Just the break even. Already over 20% profit of Kingsford.
Very unlikely they'll be selling 2000 PSF. They might, if they were to sell 2000 PSF for certain unit type, they need to sell 2006 for other unit type just to balance it out. Because the main key thing is the average selling price. Average price 2008 for Penrith. Some unit may be selling at 2006. Some will be selling at 3000. That's how you get the average launch. And that's how developer play with the average launch. So with this break even, I don't think you will get a 2000 PSF.
It might be about 26, maybe low 26.
15%, it's already 2007. 20% is already 2008. That's why we say you can get something at 2002 to even 2004, you are very safe. And that's why we say, based on Kingsford track record in the previous launch, they might on launch day launch a higher price, or slowly after a few months time or 1 year time, after a certain percentage is hit, they might increase price, and that really will protect the first group of buyers. Overall Lambit, the blue is the CCR, the core central region, nearer to town, River Valley and all. The yellow is the RCR. That's where you get the River Valley, you get Dover at One North there, and the red is the RCR. So Vela Bay was the highest, Lambit was 1388 already, and they sold pretty well during launch. And the next plot that I talk about below 1000 is this, Chincharu at 980. Pinery already more or less also a lot of units sold already. That was the 1000 PSF one. So that's why Tengah Gardens at 821 also 99%. So that's one reason why people are buying, because based on future Lambit, if they don't buy now, they might be priced out in the future because of the future Lambits. And that's why Lentor Garden sold 99%. And these two are the last entry window already.
Because we don't see any more
Lambit below 1000 in this year and the next year as well. Because once a Lambit usually take about 15, 16 months before launch. That's why we know in 1.5 years what is the launch price going to be. And it's not going to be low based on this Lambit.
So because of the oversupply issue in Lentor, those investors, some of them they will buy to rent out. Some will buy and then after hit their SSD, then they will sell. But maybe we can consider for Lentor area whether you're looking for rentability or profitability.
Go different because if certain area you're buying for rental, they are investors. They look at the numbers. So the rent that they can rent it out versus the price that they bought, the rental yield 3%, 4%, that's what they're getting. If they were to sell it much higher, they can't get 3-4% anymore. Below 3%, it doesn't make sense for investors. For the next investor, the resale buyer that buy over, they can't. We feel certain area rentability and profitability, it's a bit different.
This is just to show the number of units available in Lentor up till now. I break it down into all the bedroom types, all the different bedroom types. We can see the number of 2 bedrooms is the highest, but this figure haven't include Lentor Central yet. So up till Lentor Gardens, this is the number of 2 bedroom units. Total including Lentor Central is 4,000 over units. So usually the smaller bedroom size are for investors. Usually they will buy and then to rent out. Of course, there's a small percentage that they are buy for own stay, smaller household.
As a single or young couple, they don't mind buying a one-bedroom for their first home.
So still have, but majority for investments, they will go for the smaller unit because the quantum is lower.
For one person to buy loan-wise and the down payment, more comfortable.
So 3 bedroom, there are also more than 1,000 units already. And then in terms of the rental yield, might not be the best in this area. But then if let's say it's still profitable in Lentor area, right, then maybe you can consider this direction. So if we look at rentability, we feel that if you want to buy something to rent out in the future, maybe you can consider those areas that will give you higher rental yield instead.
There's a certain area that's very near jobs for expats and people coming into Singapore. They want to be staying nearer to their workplace. So there are certain areas in Singapore where you will always get very strong rental yield.
So these areas are like One North area. So we can see like One North, Eden, Normanton Park. Their rental yield are pretty good. You can see Normanton Park, it can go to 5-6% for the smaller unit types. And then another area is the Marina Bay area. The rental is also very good. And also the CBD area, the Tanjong Pagar area. That side, the rental also very strong because a lot of expats are those working professionals, they prefer to stay near their workplace. So in comparison, if we look at Lentor Modern, because this is the only project that has TOP in Lentor, if we just make a comparison, the rental yield is average about less than 3%.
Not as high.
Yeah, so not as high. That's why we feel that if you want to buy into investment, you can consider in terms of profitability instead. So we can see the profitability of Lentor Modern because start to have owners selling already. So they make very decent profits of 300,000, 400,000, and the highest transaction we can see is 2,582 PSF. So Lentor Garden, we feel that the price is restarting to the previous launch price. So if you can enter early, you buy at a low PS, there's a good chance that you can make good profit when you sell it.
Because you're entering potentially even cheaper than the resale price really.
Rather than rent out lah.
To touch on a little bit about the rentability, if there are areas where you want to consider high rent, right now there are still launches that you can consider. For example, in this One North area, Hudson is something you can consist on the price you're buying and the rental yield. This area is very strong, Hudson. And the Marina area, another one is One Marina Gardens, where they're the only one selling there. And
also by Kingsford.
That will have a stronger rental yield than a Lentor area. Lentor area, in our opinion, should be leaning more to the profitability. You're buying the price that is lower than the resale. But if you're buying a price for rentability, you will need to go into the numbers. Means the purchase price versus what you see right now, the rental yield price, whether it makes sense or not. You potentially can be buying a price at, for example, 1.5. But after 4 years' time, I don't think you can sell at 1.6, 1.7. You might need to rent it out for a few years, collect some rental before you sell. And you might be even selling at the same price you buy. Because looking at Lentor Modern, rental yield, it's going to be very competitive here.
Definitely.
Layout analysis. We are starting from 2-bed, 2-bath, and you have a dumbbell layout for the 2-bed, 2-bath, and there's only one stack for this. And this one stack has one of the best view already.
Park view.
Very nice view for the 2-bed, 2-bath. No, nothing much. It's quite a standard entry and open galley kitchen. So moving to the 2-bed, 2-bath, there are 3 different layouts. Sizes are the same as 6, 7, 8, but there are a slight difference between all these 3. If you see the blue is where a small nook, they call it a study. This also affect the entry, because the entry here, you see there's no entryway. So the study would be here. You don't have much space for your shoe cabinet. Whereas these have a nice space for shoe cabinet and you still maintain your study. This one you have to sacrifice perhaps half of the area, the shoe cabinet, but you don't want to be studying next to your shoes. So this one, it really depends on your usage for this. Maybe you don't need a study, you can fully utilize it as a storage / shoe cabinet. This one, the study, it's here, but also they only have a very small space for shoe cabinet. So in our opinion, this one is the better layout based on this, because you have a nice space for shoes and another extra area for storage or for your study. And the facing wise, the better layout, it's the one facing here. Nice unblocked view, and also as well as this pool view also. This one, you need to clear level 8 in order to have a very nice view. This 3 stack. This is the Strata Terrace. They only level 2 levels, so quite okay. You can still view here. It's these 2 stack here. You need to clear level 8 or 9 in order to have an open view. If not, you do have a nice pool view.
So one thing to note, these 3 layouts, the 2-bed, 2-bath, they have enclosable kitchen.
Going to the other 2-bed, 2-bath, this one has an enclosable kitchen, which stands out in the area.
So more owners prefer this kind of kitchen.
They'll do cook, yes.
Compared to the smallest 2-bedroom, this one is an open concept kitchen. There's only 1 stack, and then this one 3 stacks, there's an enclosable kitchen.
And next we have the 2-bedroom home shelter. I think this is very rare. I don't really see much 2-bed 2-bath with home shelf,
Yeah.
which is very useful because it's good for storage, your big luggage and then your scooter even. So it's something we don't see in new launch very often.
Usually for 3 bedrooms, there will be.
Usually for 3 bedrooms. And I think not even the 3-bed compact, it's a 3-bed premium is home shelf. So this is something very rare in this entire Lentor area, which I feel this one will stand out. It differentiate. You have an enclosable kitchen, you have a home shelter. So you're a bit different from all the other 2-bedder. So if you can get a good price for this, I think this is quite a good solid layout. Also this facing also not too bad. There's another project here but you do still have a view.
2 stacks.
And this is the 2+ study. This one is at the show flat. This is a proper study space here, or you can utilize it as a storage. You just build some doors and you can have a good storage space here.
Many stacks.
A lot. So layout is the one with the most out of the entire
10 stacks.
project. So that's why to me, if you don't need this study, I would rather this, because you are only 2 stacks. You are the rare one in the entire project and the entire Lentor area. Versus this layout, there's a lot of supply. But these few stacks have the very nice unlocked view.
So moving on to the 3 bedrooms. These are the 2 smaller 3 bedrooms, starting from 872 square feet. This one comes with, of course, enclosed kitchen. And one thing is the corridor is a little bit long for these 2 layout. So the difference between these 2 layout is the 9361, there is study. This one is really a study room that comes with a door.
I prefer this than the 2-bedder study
area. So this one is more like you can really make it into another room.
Or even helper's room.
So potentially you can even do it into 4 bedroom. Right? Yeah.
Like a 3.5.
And then you have an enclosed kitchen.
It's better because you see the dining area also. This dining area.
You have a corner for
you have
it.
a proper dining area here. Whereas this one dining is a bit in the middle.
Outward.
So when you come in, you see
Straight away there.
So I feel this is a better layout because you have proper dining space.
This one is something that really can consider, and also very rare. Only 1 stack facing the pool here, facing the pool. So these 2 only 1 stack. This view also will be quite nice because over here will be low rise.
So this 936, we do recommend this layout.
Also the kitchen and the bathrooms, they have windows, naturally ventilated compared to the 2 bedroom.
There are a few 3-bedders without windows in the toilet. It's at the lower blocks. Those 1, 2, 3, 4 don't have windows in their toilet. So this 936, this one really, I think it's good. You'll stand out.
Which is this one, the next one, the 3+ study. Toilets, no windows. They have no windows in the kitchen and the bathroom. But this one is bigger, slightly bigger, 969 square feet with this study area which is beside the bedroom too. So potentially you can also do a door here to close it up, and then you can have
another
additional master already, because you can also link to the bathroom already.
And the wall is hackable. It means
you can remove,
do a huge cabinet here even.
Do something that you really like walk-in wardrobe.
Then you have a nice bathroom here. Just that your guests will have to go in here.
So we must share with your guests, because there are only 2 toilets in this layout.
Other than that, this area more or less quite similar to the other 3-bedroom.
And this one has a wet and dry kitchen.
Added a dry kitchen here.
And home shelter.
Home shelter. So this is the one that are here in the middle of the entire block, and that's why you see here you don't get any windows.
The 4-bed premium, this is the biggest 4-bedroom unit type, 1356 square feet and 1345 square feet. So only these 2 layouts have wide frontage in the living area. Other units all don't have, only this one.
Which is good because the dining, they have a proper dining space. Usually for this landscape layout, you have the TV, sofa, dining all at the same level.
In the middle.
Basically, the dining table is behind the sofa. But for this layout, you still have a dining space here.
Then another thing is there is a junior master over here, and so attached toilet to the bedroom. And also for the master bedroom, there is a
two-sided wardrobe space.
We call it a walk-in wardrobe.
Facing wise, all 3 are facing the very nice hillock park. And these 2 blocks really have, in my opinion, the best view of hillock park in the entire Lentor.
And this view will be considered quite permanent.
Because this whole Lentor is government plan to develop one. So that's why they will not build anything in the middle. It's really meant to be a park forever. Future OCR price, So, like I mentioned previously, the last entry window, it's really these three projects. Closing very soon. Chincharo, no news here. I think probably end of this year or maybe early next year. It's really the last entry before the higher land price. Tengah Gardens, 821. 99% sold on day one. Only left the bigger 4 bidders. And bigger 4 bidders usually take a while because HDB upgraders need to sell.
They need to plan where they stay because maybe they have a bigger family.
Usually so, because they have children or maybe 3 generations.
Harder to move multiple times lah.
You need to find somewhere to stay first when they sell. Like right now you see Grand Diamond, the Busu Grand, the 5 bidders. Moving almost every day I see them transacting because one is TOP already. The Busu Grand Diamond is almost going to TOP also.
Yes.
That's why bigger size usually will take a while. And last entry, Lentor Gardens at 920. The next one will be Chincharo closer to Khatib Station. And if you use Penrith as a land cost, as a gate, 1001 would be around 2008. So all this project here, it's going to be averagely 2008.
It's really a bit hard to imagine.
Here is the Lentor Central launching next year. It's 1278. So again, the average launch is not going to be low. Hougang Central, because it's integrated, they need to account for the commercial shopping mall and the MRT and the bus interchange.
More cost involved for the
It's
developer.
not going to be cheap. Or probably even 2526 or even higher.
There will be a record for Hougang area.
The same for the next plot, Thomson Reserve. On block land also at 1001, but we heard news that they also going to be around the 2526 range as well.
Not be so cheap.
So buyers that are on the fence, thinking of upgrading, really do consider this next 2 plot, really the last entry. I don't think there's another plot that is going to be launching at this price range anymore.
And given what we have shared with you about the developer and also pattern we see in Lentor area, is you really should consider entering as early as possible. That means really
Try your ballot luck.
Launch day will be the best because that will be the lowest price, most likely lah.
No harm trying. I mean, you can just see your ballot, get a good number, see the price first. If you do see something 2000 PSF, good facing, it's
really very
highly
safe.
recommend to get one.
Very safe.
And also those layout that we recommended, you are very safe because you stand out from the entire Lentor. You are entering at the same or even lower than the other competitor. You can still consider. And on stay, investors buying rentability, do take note lah, your entry price. You might not be looking at a very good profit if buying for rental
because of
the low rental yield also in the area. So thank you. This is our QR code. Feel free to contact either of us to get more information. And there is also the layout for the strata. If you like, we can share that with you. Just reach out to us and we will share the layout to you. So 4th July, can contact us if you want to book an appointment. And next one will be Dunnan House. That is the totally different area lah. So thank you. See you in the next one.
See you. Bye-bye.
Bye.